confident are you with this very standard-looking Mad Draft?
I think I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that there's been an evolution in the time that since we've last seen them. But Alvaro, see if you can get any XP here. Unlikely he'll be able to grab any gold. This 4v1.
Yeah, but if they TP in, then they can probably hold 2v4.
Have to see. The Poppy Camille dive threat is big. Alvaro needs to be able to proc Aftershock. He immediately gets it off, buys himself a bit more time, but the Ignite is already ticking, flashing out away from Bay, but the shield is already there. Mirwin now coming in and looking to punish the Camille, taken out, perfectly timed TP. Turns that into a 1-for-1, and Mirwin is here to catch the wave.
We're going to see what ends up happening through the rest of the series, and honestly, throughout the rest of Worlds.
It's a good question. Of course, objectives being traded here, both tower plates and grubs for Dragon. So MDK grabbing a couple plates topside for the Jinx. LoLReplay going to pick up all 3 of the initial grub spawn. Grub trade early on, I feel like much better than the Drake, but if we end up in a late game situation, that might change. Instant hook onto Poppy, coming in from Alvaro. BA on the way out is Supa ghosting already. This is a bit aggressive. If the spear doesn't land from LoLReplay, but it does! That's the damage they need. MDK finding a kill on the top side, and Nanoe is going to feel a lot less comfortable down, especially when he already has double cloth armor. And now we might see the re-dive. BA coming in, level 6 there. Supa going to be in trouble. Knockback interrupted by the traps. BA, no! That's not how you want to start it, the rocket! Now the reset. Supa getting excited and getting the hell out. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Mirwin a little bit aggro here, potentially even greedy, but now going to go Pathmaker through. Wants to go for the solo kill, getting away from the Lee Sin. It's greedy. He wants to style. He's feeling alive, but a bit overeager. It's going to cost him as VKE are quick to punish a little bit, but a couple hundred standing gold essentially paid by VKE to get involved in this play. Guri not going to find the kick, but they have successfully zoned MDK away from the grubs thus far.
Yeah, I mean, VKE spent so much on this play already. They only get 1 grub. They've lost waves mid. They've lost waves tops, and I think they're going to get a fight here. Mirwin.
Ulti from Mirwin is going to be big, trying to get around Caddy. Going to move forward, going to find the edge. He'll pull him right over the wall, and there's Supa. Hand delivered, the nightmare of every single AD carry.
Israel. It's about everything else. Every wave was sacrificed there by VKE to either get a kill or secure the grubs. They do not get a kill. They do not get the majority of the grubs. That's now a 5-grub game for LoLReplay this game. He's not trying to heavily counter jungle the Lee Sin and get a massive CS advantage for himself. He's trying to just get his Jinx ahead, because that's ultimately going to be the win condition of the team.
Looks like Supa just going straight to mid lane. Makes sense, get control of the map, and again, 5 grubs attached to a Jinx. It's a very scary prospect when it comes to tower pressure and threat. VKE will continue to stack dragons, however.
So kill Nidalee and get a turret of their own, they're right back in the game.
Close. Guri trying to hover and fog. Looks like they've locked up Mirwin. Mirwin in trouble here, unstoppable, but obviously the Camille ult still going to bring him back. Likely to fall. Mirwin now trying to get fancy with it. Will dash, have the safety footwork. Not quite in range from Alvaro to get the extra range. Unstoppable though. Follow-up is there. Mirwin's still alive. Ball comes in. Kadi takes him down. Instantly the Poppy goes in. Quick wall bang to finish it. And you talked about it. They might not have killed the Nidalee, but top and support a pretty damn good deal. Supa or LoLReplay aren't involved in the play. That gold lead really does not exist. And now for Nanoe on the top side, small advantage, Triforce finish. 1-2 items where we expect to see Camille be a bit more of a terror on the side lane.
Yeah, it's a champion that you have to constantly respect, because the ability for the Lee Sin to hide behind the Camille and then burst down pretty much anyone except for Mirwin.
Yeah, right. It's going to disrupt so much of what MDK would normally be able to do with a lead like this. So for now, they're just going to focus on playing around the Jinx.
This is nice.
Keep core members strong. I like using the Herald in mid lane, just get more passive control over the map instead of trying to get that additional gold from going on side. And MDK not afraid to walk up here. Supa knows he has so much coverage from his team. A second charge, all those little grubbies. They want to get a second tower here. Instant stun on the BA. Hook goes in. Alvaro unfortunately hitting a minion, but tower will fall. MDK feeling great about that one. Debating if they want to keep pushing. I think Tower 3 would be a bit greedy.
For Herald, Grub, and gold control, you can't lose this third Drake.
Right onto the side lane. Combo decent to start, taking their time here. Frescow going to try to ult flashing out. The TP now coming in, but that TP might cost him. Mirwin. Advantage thus far. Nanoe now the one in trouble. Guri has to be careful. Low health bar.
Oh, they're trapped.
If a spear hits, it's going to be big. Nice sidestep going in. Quick dash out, but he should just be dead. The smite for additional movement speed. A quick thumbs up. I like the confidence on the international stage, but he's probably just dead. Yeah, he's gone.
Right, but Orianna got out. It was a full recall on a bush. Now he's teleporting back
TP. Kadi wants more of a fight. BA on the way in as well. Mirwin taken down. Aggressive maneuver coming in from VKE, but they are able to get that kill. No threat themselves, right? MDK have not taken a single Drake yet, so instead just getting some free gold. Maybe feeling like once Camille gets to 2 items, their game plan gets a lot easier, as it will just be a tower for Drake exchange. MDK Would like to make it positive in their favor, but Cotty quick with the shockwave there means that no wave to play on. He said might be blind, but you can't say he's not confident.
Nope. Turret ends up going to the Syndra anyway, just 30 seconds late, so it ends up actually being the turret trade. Gold lead stays about the same.
Mid to late game macro team in the context of the LEC, so a bit of a test here for them in their first play-ins game. Right now, advantage on top side. Multiple members committed. No real other pressure point on the map for right now. Nonaway overcommitting. The spear connecting instantly. Just one tapped here, but now the TP coming in. MDK have to be diligent on the retreat. Instantly, everyone is recalling. Tier 2 tower and a kill going to be traded for this Tier 1 tower. Shogun is at least firing back.
Yeah, probably caster curse to macro a little bit there. I think that was a split call if I'm going to give Nanoue the benefit of the doubt.
You can see that entire bot lane wave getting deleted. They're losing gold just to be here. MDK conceding a couple waves, conceding some prio on the map. Committing a lot, but oh my god, the magic damage is massive. And now Shogun's been caught out as well. He doesn't even have room to play the game. VKE couldn't find the angle to force a fight. Can't even find the angle to group up and fight together. Cotty getting nothing done. Supa finding the kill. MDK fully confident in their ability to execute on that 5v5.
That might be the play that breaks the game open for Mad. You could see the Syndra power there, bursting the majority of the Camille's health before the final spear comes through.
Curry is here. Flash, smite available. Fresco with the initial interrupt. Now they instantly turn on the Lee Sin. They do not want to let them get the steal. BA trying to buy as much space as he can for his jungler to escape. Thus far, looks the rocket. He can feel the wind on his backside.
You can see the Syndra turning on though. Like that damage is really
I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at how much damage that Syndra goes, and I go, I don't know if this was a Ravenous Hydra game, but this might just be a cheeky Baron game. TP coming in. Full 5v5 ready. VKE are going to get this objective. Elgoya has no way in. Mirwan getting cheeky. He cannot steal this, and they'll walk away unscathed. They come into MDK's house in Berlin, and they just start stealing objectives. You'll love to see it.
Howie and the Jinx, if they do not frontline properly ahead of him, they can get him one shot. But if Mad sets up well, with the power they have of like Nautilus, Cassante, they can actually still mow through VKE in team fights.
Well, and essentially, there's almost no defensive itemization that has come through from VKE yet, outside of the Poppy, outside of the Archangel's passive. So they're very vulnerable. A single Jinx reset will allow Supa to take over a team fight immediately. But as you highlighted so well, you have an Orianna ball that you can strap to a Camille, you can strap to a Lee Sin.
See VKE in the river, but they're not able to hold the bush. So
instant pick. Full confidence. Supa now going in. Frescowi retreating. BA picked off. VKE spending a bit too much effort setting up these traps, looking for these flank angles, and just not bringing enough members to the play. Guri will take the objective, bringing them up to Soul Point. Now going to make his way over the top. In the meantime, Shogun now trying to get out. Nonaway getting the kill back. Frescowi taking out of the equation. Guri coming around the corner. Shogun. Mirwan going all out. Can he take down two? Dashing forward now has to backstep. Is it still going to cancel the all? Wants to keep going. Guri's still alive. Guri's still healing. The extra healing coming in. It's so much work. It's such an incredible moment, but it doesn't matter because Supa is still alive. The Jinx still there to finish the job.
What is going on, Dracos? This was now a 4 for 2. The Drake ends up going to VKE, and Nanoue might actually get the tier 2 mid.
He's gonna get it, he's gonna walk away. Quick hook shot out. Worlds, baby! So good, he's been so clutch for this team so many times, and they're giving them the advantage.
Flip it.
Mirwan with the TP. Alvaro going in. Nice hook to start things off. Cotty gonna get deleted. That's what they needed. Now Jinx finding the reset, but no immediate targets hit. VKE immediately retreating. Might just be able to go for the 50-50 here. Elyoya hovering. They're not gonna hit the objective. They know it's instead about the fight. Nonaway caught out. CC locked down. No. X-Tech ultimatum. Not enough. Shutdown coming through clutch for the Syndra. Dragon going down for MDK. Good discipline in the moment, but they want to go quick. They want to go for the end. An immediate TP to the top side. Frescowi wants this tower at the very least. Maybe even the inhibitor to follow.
Those are really long death timers on the Orianna and the Camille. That was a nice patient fight there by Mad, so it's still 3v5. This is at least 2 inhibitor turrets.
They don't really have any good wave clear. They don't really have any good way to stop this push, and Supa is incredibly powerful. Reset's going to be coming through for all of these little objectives.
Still dead. They could go for it.
Alvaro hooking in. Knock back onto Supa is big. It'll at least buy them a bit more space, a bit more time. Guri debating if he wants to follow up. Sonic Wave hits. The Resonating Strike not going to come through. Nonaway 22 seconds. 9 for Cotty. Shockwave will be big here. Mirwan isolated. Shogun caught out. Rocket to finish the job. Another kill comes through. Surely this is the end for VKE in game 1. Cotty here The last stand, MDK, are they confident to keep pushing? Camille 4 seconds away. Nanoue still incredibly powerful. Shockwave there.
Nice
Cody locked up. The hook into the spear buys him a bit more space. Nanoue once again rooted, once again CC, but this time he's able to get the ult off, and Elyoya just gets deleted. True damage coming through, but the blade legs not doing enough work. Pullback from Mirwan is good. Hook shot, wall dive, but the only place left for VKE is the Fountain of Supa. Wants another kill. Flashes in with confidence. He might not find the kill, but he damn well will get the game. MDK strike first in this series.
If you had to pick between Alistar, Rel, which one would Vikings want? They'd actually want the Rel. What they wouldn't want would be for Supa to have like a range support like Lulu and just take over the laning phase, because they don't want to be in another swap situation. And then he leaves, and then Alvaro finds the jungler, harass him if he can actually. This could be a big win if he just walks into this bush.
Alvaro.
Just try and push him off. He doesn't have smite.
Yeah, on the way down. That's an ignite already ticking. Aftershock damage going to come in with Guri. Quick flash, quick fingers. Means he'll make it out of that one, but doesn't have ignite. Might still die here. Martial Cadence not that buffed. Frescow on the way down. There's surely no way Guri gets out of this one. A Dark Sphere, a single auto, first blood for MDK. That's a heartbreaker early on for VKE. Frescow and Alvaro going for a bit more chip damage here, but Cody there to cover at the very least. TP's back to the bottom side, coming in from Mirwan. Meanwhile, TP from Nanoue on the opposite side. So mirrored start, but the kill's still in favor. And Elyoya already arriving, knowing the jungler's gone. Caddy's got nowhere to go. Might still have enough space to walk away. Why is he sticking around?
He's fine. He's sticking around because he wants to kill.
No, I'm saying he's like, what? Why can't he walk back in?
Oh, doing that clear, especially when you're in the enemy's jungler, because those camps, when you're counter jungling early in the game, actually have more durability, so you hit them slower, they do more damage back to you, and they just get 2 kills manufactured off of this swap, maybe more.
Guri's gonna be in trouble here. They've spotted him now. Alvaro's gonna go and gonna miss on the initial Shattering Strike, but that's a level 2 Jarvan. MDK bullying VKE in this early game. 1.5k, 1.6k Goldie, not even 4 minutes in, and Shogun's now got nowhere to play. Nidalee just gonna start auto-attacking with that red buff.
She has cleanse.
Taking their time, pullback is there, the cleanse potentially a little bit late. Elyoya wants to go for more, 4-shot big. Credit to Guri, he's still walking in like these belong to him. Elyoya says no, hits the spear, and the smite!
I mean, it's a level 6 Renekton, so he's got to be a little bit cautious, but look at him just playing on the edge there. Oh, so good.
Alvaro's here too.
They can see him with Sweeper.
Stop a couple backs. Guri in trouble. Nanoue now has to cancel his recall. Supa is already moving up to the tower. Level 6 Renekton probably can hold this solo, but luckily Shogun's on the way, so he won't be in a situation where he has to. MDK can't afford to overextend here. The sheer amount of CC and setup is big, but with Renekton losing his entire health bar, perfectly timed rocket. Nanoue needed to be a bit quicker on pressing that R button as Guri's gonna die too. A double kill for the Jinx. This is an absolute disaster. Elyoya, Supa, Alvaro just dancing on Viking Esports.
And they're not going to stop. Nidalee has enough mana to just keep throwing spears. Supa's getting this next wave, and they are going to have to abandon this turret. Was such a beautiful exchange, because absolutely, you're level 6 Renekton, you think they're mad if they come for me. But my goodness, they were not. Or they were? You gave me like a little...
They are mad. I mean, you said they're mad.
I know, I didn't actually mean to do it.
I know, but that's why I gave you the thumbs up.
Thanks, bro.
Take a look at the overall map state. With a lead like this, MDK can do a lot. But Mirwan matched up against Shogun. Shogun not the Ezreal anymore. Might need to burn the flash here. Does have cleanse as well. Q3 ready to go, flash forward. Looking to lock him up, but Shogun clean flash out to safety. Will at least survive for now. Mirwan gonna immediately cancel the all out to get those resistances back. Elyoya caught. Good upfront damage. Mirwan gonna try to body block and evolve. The shockwave there. Elyoya taken down. VKE. Good heads up play. The rocket not gonna hit either. Mirwan now gonna be in trouble as well. One last shot for Shogun, but he reloads. Now gonna find the captive audience as well. Good punish coming through from VKE on the bottom side. Mirwan overcommitting. Elyoya overcommitting. Now finally a standard 2v2 on the bottom side of Shogun. Some nice movement, gets him away from the Shattering Strike.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be getting this turret now with Elyoya behind them on Nidalee. If they kill the turret and then go for kills, it could be a
reset. They're going to be there for Supa. Extra movement speed starts to run forward. Shogun, if he gets hit by any piece of CC, likely to fall. Nice sidestep, nice knockup coming in for BA, but still the traps are going to connect. Luckily has the Unbreakable Will. In the meantime, Grub's getting taken down. BK likely just to even this up 3-2-3, but the tower has already fallen.
Because I was like, wow, amazing, Jin lived after losing his turret to the 3-0 Jinx.
We're in the context of a difficult game, so small wins feel like big wins right now. A bit more wave clear here. Going to be able to match Supa a bit more. Supa doesn't know they're in the bush. Instant combo. That is a dead Jinx. Probably had time to push flash. Probably didn't.
It wouldn't have mattered, I think. I think it's actually better that he didn't hit flash there, because the ability to follow with Jarvan ultimate was There the
MDK have been. Now going to grab the Herald. We'll see if they want to use it once again to break mid lane. Supa with a push set up on the top side if they want to use it very rapidly, but frankly already have control of that top side of the map. Probably do not need to drop it there. Supa and a Demolish proc will at least get most of that health down, and Shogun too far away, so the tower going to fall. See what the setup is for the next big objective, but the map very clearly favoring MDK as well as the gold. Almost 4K in their favor, only 15 minutes in. Really, MDKR, but need to see what the itemization choice is for Albert, how he chose to spend that money. Locket is big, stopping that Orianna burst, and now we've got a bit of creative driving here, the wraparound.
Zoom, zoom!
Knock into the tower, he's clean with it.
Grab it again.
He's watched enough initial D, he knows what he needs to do. Will they get back into the Herald? I don't think so. Initial knock going to be in.
I mean, it's 45.
Decent. Now the engage coming in from Alvaro. This is very favorable. Curry now trying to look for an angle, but he just doesn't have anything. Supa immediately hops into the Herald to stop any potential follow-up, and the play just fizzles. But they do manage to take down Mirwin. Now it's a reset for Supa. PK needs to get the hell out because Cotty's already blinking out far. Supa wants to step up. He can see 3 kills in his eyes, but he's just out of range.
Oh man, I mean that play started with Fresskowy just deleting people on the Syndra, finishes his Ludens, has I think level 11 at the start of that play, so I'll have to check if he was 10 or 11. If he's 11, it's a big power spike for that ultimate, otherwise he's just fed out of his mind if he killed him at level 10. But that's huge. They get the 2 mid turrets with the Rift Herald once again, really big difference. So if it was late game 1000, who cares? But on this power spike, it's big.
Yep, and still making plays.
Look at that
Doesn't need any money for that, but the Locket does mitigate the follow-up. The Orion and the Jarvan malding.
He didn't use it, I'm sorry.
It still looks cool. Yeah, you want to talk about how important it could be. This is just, and I feel for VKE, this desperation. Every single play has a price of admittance, and right now their base is the price of admittance. So we'll see if they want to try to go for anything. Nanaway isolated off to the side, a lot of resources burned to try and get this Renekton down, but with Cotty out of the picture, they don't really have good damage to punish the resources MDK are committing onto that tankier target. Nanaway double dash out to safety PA, trying to get a bit more space. Shogun at least getting 1 kill. Curtain call now coming out, has to be careful of Elyoyo. The spears are going to need to be body blocked as Supa gets hit by 1. Last bullet does not connect. Cotty finally here has the Banshees as well, but ultimately just kind of delaying what feels like an inevitable push from MDK. A fight there if they're just going to be forced to concede yet another objective. Mirwin off on the side is going to use the ult to kind of taxi himself out to safety, but
oh man, he
wouldn't be Mirwin if he didn't go for the 1v1 instead. Now flashes down the rocket, now coming in. Nanaway just needs to stun that man. Knocked back. A little bit of redemption for Guri there as he turns it back. Could have walked away, but instead he chose to fight. Will cost him his life. Seen the previous play, but getting closer. Q3 ready to go. Supa spots Nanaway crucially. Guri off to the side. Bit of a split use of resources here. Nanaway just slowly getting chipped. The Jinx is too strong. Supa on a killing spree. Gets a reset. Has to be careful about not walking into the choke. The ball will reset back to Cotty, trying to find a good angle. The shockwave not even going to come out. The retreat is there. Supa resetting left and right. Yet another scatter of the week. Fresskowy, good angle. Guri getting cut down. Flash away from the rocket, but now Supa just flashes to follow. A triple kill. The team in decent position to try and find him the penta, but I don't think they need it. I think they can end it here.
I mean, they're so strong.
Nothing if not stylish on the MDK lineup. His first penta on an international stage, unofficially, as the timer has expired, but they want to give it to him, but instead Elyoyo will say no. You have not earned it. Not official.
I don't think they'll end on this push either, but they're going to be able to recall with a huge amount of gold. They will want to stop the objective bounty going over to Vikings, so there's a chance Elyoyo does stay on the map here.
To collapse on the flanker, stop any potential.
Oh, the bounty!
The bounty will get claimed. The rocket finally connecting onto Guri, but will not end his life or take the objective as Fresskowy on a side lane. Syndra not normally a side lane threat in the context of League of Legends games, but
it's a very strong game for Fresskowy, and I think just as an overall point, I'm expecting a pretty good tournament out of Fresskowy based on people's impression of him throughout the summer split, because I just don't think the AD carry meta necessarily suited him. He has really bad win rates on the majority of AD carries when I was watching, and even when they beat G2 in that best of 5 that ultimately qualified them for Worlds, one of those was a Vex win, there was a LeBlanc win, and that's like during the AD carry meta. So
Galio, like he was experimenting a lot, and certainly a lot of those picks are going to feel better in the context of this meta. TP coming in, but it might be too late. The team is just collapsing. So much initial damage going in onto Guri. Knockback onto BA, getting the Alistar away from the rest of the team. Now it's been caught. He's been caught out. Shockwave going to connect onto 2. Nanaway is here, but I don't think they have the damage. Now going instantly in, but Mirwin is there to try and peel for the Jinx. Supa in trouble now. One more shot might be able to finish it, but Supa still standing. Everyone on the team ready to body block for this Jinx. A double kill for Elyoyo. VKE thought they had the angle, but it does not pay off. The rocket, Guri Still standing, still living. Shogun running. The Jhin probably not long for this world. Guri ready to give his life to protect his AD carry, but there's just not enough bullets in Jin's gun to finish this one. Nothing really to be done. Mirwin covering any potential angle of attack for Guri. A lot of low health bars, but denying J4 access to the pit. Stops any potential for the steal. MDK walking away. They get the fight. They get the Baron. Their gold lead is 10,000. We move in and take this tower, but Guri, you can see the poke of the Nidalee is a big threat. And Supa now starting to threaten mid.
Here we go.
Guri walking up, Nanaway off to the side. Chompers down. Supa ghosting, staying alive thus far, but has to flash back under the tower. Split from the rest of his team. Surely VKE. This is the time to try and find an angle, but Frescowie, quick scatter. Q3 coming in from Mirwin, hitting onto 2. Rocket goes in. Nanaway still alive. Mirwin taken down. Curtain call there. Alvaro going to be in trouble. Lockett can't save him from this one.
Frescowie pulled back. Cotty with clean plays. The shutdown there. Nanaway stepping up, though. He can't afford to do that. Too much damage needed to wait for the rest of the team. VKE slowly winning this fight, but they can't afford to get over eager. That's the reset now coming in for Supa. They have to get the hell out. VKE holding. It's taking everything they've got, but they're slowing MDK down. Yeah, no more ult left. I mean, Supa is so fed, but this has been such a hold by Vikings here. They actually got it 3 for 3. I think they're still losing their inhibs just because the Nidalee is supercharging Supa's Jinx here.
Maybe they'll have a shot in the next one.
Oh, that's
Supa,
potentially huge.
Flash over, looking to finish it. Flame Chomper, shutdown, clutch from Cotty. Supa caught sleeping. Massive gold injection for this Orianna. And while you have Supa down, who cares about the Drake at the moment, since that's what Yoyo was taking down? And I think the thing is, MDK, you're in a position to close this game out. You should be able to do so cleanly at this stage, right? And I think for the critics of any MDK mid to late game.
Yeah, Mirwin's back here because if Jarvan tries to fly in, Mirwin can come from the backside. But if they engage on him fast, it could be trouble.
Nice sidestep coming in from Mirwin to get away from that captive audience. Immediate pick onto Guri, and that should just be it. That's all it takes. Single mistake, single misstep. One of the 9 or 10 reasons you were talking about, Jat. MDK have the gold advantage. The team fight options limited already for VKA with full 5 members, but with 4, there should just be no shot. It'll take a miracle for them to get anything done here.
Yeah, Orianna sells really good wave clear, but this is the 3rd inhibitor likely going down. Vikings just so difficult for them to hold. They can try an Alistar Orianna combo, but that might not be enough damage to take out a carry. And Super Splash is almost back.
That's so much pressure on Cotty. You can see Shogun about to fall. Cotty, a good shockwave buys you time. A bad shockwave loses you the game. So much pressure on this lineup to hold the line, but instantly Alvaro finds the angle, and the fight's over before it even starts. MDK 2-0 to start their run in the World's 2024 Swiss stage. Tsunami obviously dropped out of popularity after a massive, massive tear, but is now back again. See how aggressive Titanic Curry can be in this bottom lane 2v2.
He held it, so this is fairly free, and that's why I think Pain said, we're not messing with that. We're just going to take the Drake and to be completely happy with this trade.
That said, giving you know, any grubs to a Tristana, even a nerfed Tristana, always can be a bit of a difficult prospect as safe champion on side lane, can accrue those gold leads really rapidly, take through or shred through plates if given the chance. MF not the best tower taker. It's not a Jinx, so you're not as worried about the bot laner. Does see the control ward there, but just opts to walk away. Maple coming up. No ulti makes this a little bit difficult. Is he just here for the money? Oh man, I love that move. Now forced to ulti, getting lower and lower. The extra resistances do not matter. One more auto should finish the job, but they don't quite have the damage. Oh, he's not running forward. He knows he might have a chance to kill Maple, but he's got not a lot left. Good footwork. Baits Aja into thinking he's going for the mid laner and instead jumps back to safety. Highlighted.
6 grubs. Might be 6 grubs.
Is big, and Pain behind the play a little bit. Jack's likely going to push wave into tower. Betty has, or not Betty, excuse me, Maple has TP to respond if he wants to. Instead, we might see the 5v5. Woody getting things kicked off. Immediate Rumble ulti, but Cheeton uncontested on the side. Good calling initially to start things off, but they're only hitting the tankiest member of the team. Maple already starting to back away. First blood for the CB Law for Pain Gaming. So they're only going to get 1 grub back, but a positive start.
And again, just really good micro from Pain. They played that fight extremely well.
Vision setup with more members in the area are free to start the objective.
I think they're just going to get it. Misfortune and Tristana are too far away, so that's 2nd Drake already secured for Pain. And in terms of first 13 minutes of the game, they're going to take these. When you consider PSG, you can have the kind of more team-focused, not Heartsteel Skarner Geez, I forget the name of the item. The Sejuani has it.
Instantly, gonna see that ult. It's a quick pick. As we look away for about a moment, Betty's ult not able to do enough work as Cheetah and Curry. Now the response, though, this is gonna be very difficult for Weiser to hold. And the tower down top lane as well. Maple there to pick up that money, and PSG gonna grab 2 towers. One will be traded back. So a bit of an awkward exchange overall. 1.5k gold lead now for the side of PSG. They obviously take towers much faster, and with the Tristana on side lane with 5 grubs, you can see how quickly that tier 2 is going to fall.
Up towards the red buff as well. That's where the Yone or the Jax is going to want to approach from.
Jax going around the corner. Have they marked the ward in the brush? Looks like the answer is yes. Hovering off to the side. Rumble now coming in. Objective. Jinkato immediately going to try to kick things off. A lot of burst used on the Skarner to little effect thus far. Junja with flash, with smite. Objective in their sights, bursting it down. They get the objective. PSG have a wave to play on, but can only push it out and walk away for these plays. And they are powerful. They just have yet to find that circumstance where they can really leverage their advantage. Initial pick onto Junja. They know that he has no flash. That Skarner ult is doing, or excuse me, the Rumble are doing a decent amount of work. Skarner now making his way out. Jinkato trying to follow up, taking the jungler out of the equation. Immediate snap back out for Jinkato. He will not drop. We're in trouble now too. Weiser in the midst of everybody, but a perfect input buffer from Maple means he will walk away. PNG, what can they get off of that pick?
Turret as Sejuani and Nami are both recalling. And we got some chance here in the studio for a potential upset Game 1 win by Pain.
But against the MF, because you see the tidal wave thrown out early, that initial overcommit into that choke point could have killed them, but the tidal wave says for the next 3 to 4 seconds, you cannot get all.
Lucian?
And now Chitan doing good damage on Maple. Jinkato trying to follow up, flash over the wall, tidal wave not doing much, but Junja now forced to walk away. Soul. What is important here? PSG, can they get into the pit? Junja has the E. He should be able to get to the wall if he wants to, but PSG trying to play through the bottom side. Immediate stun now coming in. That's the ultimate. They get it! Infernal Soul for Pain Gaming in Game 1. Now a quick retreat. PSG desperate to find a fight, desperate to force something back. Or the Zanya's there, but either way, highly impactful in the fights to come. Knowing that Rumble doesn't have ulti either, Jinkato just continues to fish with these knockups. Junja is so squishy against these champions. The tank jungler, not tanky at all. PNG continuing to find picks. 5-0 the kill score in their favor.
They have a lot of gold in inventory, but with the enemy jungler down, they might go straight for Baron. Oh no, he's interrupted!
Woody, pick off to the side. Jinkato should just knock. Or get knocked down here.
He was planning on teleporting straight back in, but now we have a fight.
In, immediate ult, the stun not gonna connect. Nice knockback coming in from Maple. But Betty now gonna be the one in trouble. Cheeton on the front line, so much damage coming through. PSG being pushed back into enemy territory. They need to find a way out of this one. Karaoke going over the wall. Knock up there, another member falling. PNG say, all right, good deal. We'll just turn right back to the objective. Ult, the potential for a combo here feels like PSG's angle out, but it's so difficult to set up when they're so far behind. And when Pain Gaming are playing with such confidence, instantly punishing Junja. Over the wall. Weiser now coming in. Quick stun. Ulti not even going to come through. Pain Gaming, they got the pick they wanted. Jungler out of the equation. Not a 50-50 anymore. Baron belongs to them.
PSG just can't fight back. Pain's been completely relentless. Tristana was pushing mid. There's no one that's able to re-engage to help the Skarner. And now they're on Baron with no smite. They could finish or they could peel early.
Betty's ult is going to be big here, but Curry has ult as well. Can just throw it in. Jinkato poking. Objective low, but there's no smite. Curry doesn't have smite.
Oh, jeez.
This is, oh no. Not like this. Not like this, Pain Gaming.
Oh my goodness.
Don't do your namesake justice. Brazil does better than engage. Now coming in. Jinkato going to get over the wall. Keep your eyes on the Baron. Baron getting lower. Doesn't matter. Betty, take it out. PNG. The smite. Just in time. Coming out for Cheeton. It's clutch. It might have been messy, but when it matters, he stands up.
Just like they drew it up. Let's bait PSG into the Baron pit. Let's get the smite. They only lose one. Staring match with Baron at 1600 and no smite was crazy. Yone can't even get out the back of the pit. Sejuani seems like he's gonna die. Yone sacrifices his life for it, but then the smite actually comes up as the next Baron auto literally would have killed the Sejuani, and then Titan. Just absolute beast mode at the end of that fight. Patient as they have been throughout this entire game. The Lucian has enough range that he can kill these turrets. The Baron is going to help them extend their gold lead. It's probably going to end up going to Elder just because they are generally a short-range team.
If someone steals an Elder with 4 members on their team still alive, that team fight gets a lot more even.
And here we go. I think they're going to fight before Elder.
Junja Again, just gonna get picked off here. Pain Gaming, eyes on their perfect target. Now, Visor stepping in, quick pick on Aja as well. He goes golden, but for what? He's just delaying the inevitable. Pain Gaming, they don't even need the Elder. Just stepping near it is enough to bait in PSG. The TP's now coming through as well. The Jax is damn powerful, but this is a confident move. Titan goes in. 1-2 punch there. 80 carry and top lane together. Betty, there's just nothing they can do. Maple down for the count. Pain Gaming in game one for a few minutes looked like PSG had it figured out. Like it might be an inevitable conclusion that they'd be able to outplay. But after those few minutes, Pain Gaming finding the picks, finding the kills, finding the setup, their patience paying off. Playing better in game one, pick after pick, objective after objective. Pain Gaming make the upset happen in game one, even if they lose someone to the fountain.
And Dracos, a dominant game one was expected. What wasn't expected is that it would be Pain. Rel Braum is okay. So the lane is fine. I'm just trying to think about the rest of the champions. Three people that have to go in. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I think that the two strengths of Braum, right, are mitigating 80 carry impact and making any diver's life a living hell. Because concussive blows, you can't outplay it.
Also onto Woody, and that buys them space to move towards this Drake. With that being said, the Skarner is very obviously top lane as well, and it's similar story to game one where Pain is going to take the early Drake. They're going to give away the early Grubs. And we know how that one turned out. They stacked the soul and managed to win the game. So Pain's going to be very happy taking this trade one more time.
So Maple doing pretty well. And the isolated 1v1 means might be able to leverage that grub buff a bit more on a side lane. You want Berserker Screams. It's such a good first item purchase, but oftentimes in lanes like this, you feel like just getting the early MR out of Mercs, the extra movement speed helps so much more.
Yeah, he's going to be really delayed, and this could be a kill.
Lockdown there. Visor in trouble, but the initial damage coming in for the Rumble is massive. Over the wall is the Vi trying to finish it. Visor still living! He's still alive. Juju wants to fall, but the shield is now coming through! He's overheating. Bigginar, Aji holding on. First blood, they managed to finish the kill. Now trying to get out the Q round. Trying to get close to Aji. One more sec. No, the Dente blow's not enough. Desperate to finish the kill. Oh, God, a game! Not even inches, centimeters, millimeters, decimeters, but PSG come out on top.
Game of pixels. I can't believe that Rumble ticked out at the end of that.
It means that while he'll still get value out of the knockup and the ult and fights, his net damage output is so much lower than it would be with any other item. Because now you can see Maple just threatening Cheeton in the picture-in-picture there. Pain Gaming determined to set up for Grubs. It'll only take PSG getting one to get them the might spawn. As Junja starting to speed forward, finds the initial CC, the initial knockup. Ulti now coming back to Curry. They've locked up two members, but a Kato off to the side, hoping to bring it back. Braum Unbreakable does a little bit of work. Visor doing a lot of damage down, and Pain Gaming might just be better in the fight. Woody getting caught up, but they want a little bit more. Betty locked up. Maple not quite able to hit on the Shuriken flip. Aja coming in, though, and he's just untouched. The Gnar ready to take over, but he needs to start stacking rage, but he's just tired. He has the debuff on. He can't stack anything. Finally now getting it. Cheeton standing behind. Kato ready to take over. He might not even need another item. Q3 there. Maple trying to finish. Captive audience not going to hit. Bloodbath on the top side of the map, and still only a single Grub taken down.
Or falling to the Yone.
And while Maple's in a decent position, he just cannot finish these kills off. Kato, the edge, the Shuriken flip not hissing. Pain Gaming able to grab the dragon in the meantime.
Oh boy.
And you look back for Pain Gaming, right? This is an organization.
Against Pain after they dropped game one. Still in a relatively comfortable position, but I think definitely a lot sweatier than it was 2 minutes ago. Now that the second Drake has gone over to Pain, knowing how they won the first Drake, the first game by stacking Drakes.
And honestly, Maple's been that clutch guy for so many different lineups or so many different names. Have to be that again. Here's Visor getting picked off. Aja looking to carry some of that burden himself as Aja cannot even lane. Cheeton on the way down, only level 8.
Maple really continue to accelerate him in the game. And if they can also kind of slow play this bot lane and get 2 outer turrets with really no retaliation possible, it's going to likely blow open a lot more of this game. No one can step up to Maple right now with that Storm Surge being completed. He's just going to one-shot them.
It's such an infuriating item to play against because he hits the initial chunk. You're like, all right, I've lost the start of the trade, and now he's Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's no chance in hell I'm ever getting away from him. That feels good. Looking for a play on the bot side. Respect that PNG are consistently looking for these angles, but you can see in the MasterCard lane economy snapshot that the economy not favoring them right now.
I don't think they can do anything at this turret, actually.
Q-Flash, Junja on the way in. A lot of base damage coming in strong there. Now she's just taking his time. Doesn't even have Mega yet. Just continues to autos, gets those hyper procs, and they'll finish off Visor here in the bottom lane. Follow up with the ultimate. But Junja in a pretty good spot. That Braum is in trouble. Cheeton maybe can offer him a way to get out. Immediate ulti coming through. Sidestep by all 3 members of PSG. Cheeton in the midst of the enemy team. Kato, Q3 ready to go. but Maple behind him. He's going to snap back. Maple's immediately going to be on top of him. The shotgun flip misses, however. A little bit tragic as Aja TP's in. Not to a lot of effect here, but was ready just in case the fight did break out. Continue to push that tier 2. It's going to force the recall from the Yone, but Maple instead might just reset and be ready to TP if he needs to. Pain Gaming looking to kick this fight off.
Yeah, they just want to flip it.
Lockdown there onto Karaoke. Should just be an immediate kill onto the Vi. Excellent follow-up coming as well from the Gnar. And now Woody trying to disrupt the rest of the fight. Jinkato in the midst of the fight, but he does not have the ulti. Q3 going to be taken out to safety. PSG striking back in this game too.
Expected from PSG coming into this World Championship where these fights don't feel super climactic, but it's because they always have pressure somewhere, and Pain can never feel like they're in the right spot. So you could see Pain really wanted to contest that Drake, but they didn't have any waves pushed, they had poor vision, and they just didn't have a good entry into the fight. So well played here by PSG through the majority of this game too.
In the face of the Sejuani, but in this game where he's so tanky and so far ahead, very hard for them to delete him, but not quite going to be the catch of curses. Woody's in the midst of the entire team. Karaoke now trying to retreat. Maple, big damage coming from that Storm Surge. Ulti coming through as well, interrupting the Fate Sealed from Jinkato. The curtain call won't quite finish up Curry, and now PSG can take their sweet time if they do want to start at that Baron.
PSG wants, I think they're willing to dive these side lanes if they find the right look, but if they don't, they still have 5 grubs. They get the majority of the turret every time they move up with a wave, and it's just a matter of time until they extend the gold lead.
Pain Gaming hoping maybe that a member of PSG will be caught out. Really, the only member who could be vulnerable would be Betty, but he's always so far back that there's not much risk.
Yeah, and now that they've killed this bot turret, you can see they moved through the jungle.
But they'll always be doing it at a gold and vision disadvantage as Junja starting things off. Suppression there, stopping Rumble from ulting. Visor in trouble. Will he get anything else done? Desperation ult to little effect, and that's the risk of stepping up into territory you do not control.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hold a little bit, make sure Baron isn't getting started, although it's going to take about 45 seconds for PSG to kill Baron if they started it. But this is the plan that we thought PSG would have. They push mid wave, they get a pick, they move towards top wave.
3 lanes of pressure.
More damage.
Jinkato forced to go back. Q3, immediate ulti. Vi there to body block, crucially. Or it would have just been a kill. But now another tier 2 falling. Gnar already splitting in the bottom lane. Someone needs to match, but Yone needs to go back to base, which makes everything so damn tricky. Bit of poke onto Junja maybe slows the Baron, but again, Baron probably not their priority with this particular composition. Is now
maybe.
Desperation pick on the side lane. Can they take out the Gnar? Jinkato on the way in. Woody here to cover as well. Aja waiting for the ulti, waiting for the perfect time. Flash in, massive engage. Aja still standing. Knock back on 2-3. Doesn't have to throw them into the wall. Doesn't think he has the range, but Maple's there. And Maple has more than enough damage to do the work himself. Maple and Betty just cleaning up. Cheeton, the last man standing.
I think that's probably going to do it. PSG with a dominant game 2 here, only 24 minutes in, looking to finish off the ace. But even if they don't, they're going to be pushing these Nexus turrets right away. Is ever next to them? PSG's going to snap engage, especially with the Skarner.
Through the wall,
yeah,
into the wall. There's the snap engage as predicted. We've seen that exact engage twice this game, I want to say. And this time the ulti catching Curry. Mid animation as he goes back, so support out of the game. Cheeton stepping up here. Junja immediate flash in, tries to find the knockback. Cheeton living for a brief extra moment, but they're going to need to block with everything they've got. Have to be careful of the curtain call as well. So many things to take into account, but Cheeton's still alive. Maple, though, finally joining the fight. The damage from the Akali is good. Karaoke giving his life just to get his team out.
Begins. Okay, it's like a 15-second Baron, and that's without Maple. Okay, now we're 15 seconds. So it is slow. Like, you can see why they haven't done it.
They're hilariously ahead.
That was a 20-second.
Yeah, that took forever. In the context of this lead, any other AD carry with that lead, that thing dies in half the time. Maple continues to threaten on side. They don't have a ton of range. They don't have a ton of poke. Although, as I said, Maple might be ready to go in.
Just thinking about it.
But the wave clear outside of Pain, not great either. Immediately, they're going to try to follow up. Nice disruption coming from Junja. They find a shutdown initially. Knockback into 2, though. Gnar and Skarner together doing work. The beefy boys on the front line getting it done as Maple comes in to clean up. Cheeton going in, trying to finish off Maple. He doesn't hit the Q. Oh, he gave everything he had. One last desperation effort, and PSG, they've only got 3 creeps. But now with the bot lane coming in, they should just end it here.
Yeah, pretty respectable engage there by Pain, down this much gold, being able to get 2 kills, but that was always going to be the final outcome when they try to have that last fight. 2 Nexus turrets down, and soon to be followed by Nexus.
Nexus will fall as well. PSG striking back in game 2 to tie the series up.
The biggest breaking point for me here is how Maple will do in that mid lane matchup against the Syndra, because the Vayne should be able to get pushed. It's about avoiding the Lee Sin ganks as much as possible. Hurts. Okay, here we go.
Set up on the bot side. Level 3 there. Nice knockup. The cleanse isn't going to help there. Lockup now coming in. The root not going to do much of anything. Betty now in trouble. Minion wave doing a decent amount of damage, but Cheeton should just be able to grab that first kill. Nice use of the hawk shot to keep him standing. Carriel going to follow up onto Woody. Junja is here. Lisa needs to be careful. Junja early burst isn't going to be that crazy. Alistair already up. Curry hoping to mitigate this a little bit. Q in to try to follow. Clone now coming out, but the lockup is there. Leona passive, offering that bit of extra damage to make sure Junja can secure. And now it's Curry who's forced to flash away.
That they'd be able to bait outplay this one, as that's a gank.
Jinkato in trouble. Flash forward. Maple finishes. Junja there to tank the tower shot, stop Maple from dropping down.
I mean, they do have the numbers advantage here. Aja doesn't look like he's interested in teleporting down, so I think PSG is totally fine giving away these 3 grubs just for more gold and XP onto the Vayne. Good roam up there by Pain, though, getting the grubs relatively uncontested, especially since they can teleport bot to match that Vayne.
And while it's frustrating because you will lose some plates on the bottom side, you know, the Vayne with a bigger advantage, with grubs, the ability to shred through those plates even faster in the future, would only feel worse. So, Pain choosing a little bit worse up front, then a little bit worse later. But Junja here, Wajer has to be so careful. If he gets knocked into a wall, more than enough damage to finish the job before he can turn into Mega. He doesn't even have the Ninja Tab he completed yet. But luckily, Curry again in the area. And credit to him, he's been consistently in the right place across these games. Good knock up, level 5 there, marked before the clone could come out. Now trying to get away, but Karyoka just following up instantly. Wajer on the way in, level 7, gonna pick up the kill. A little stop juke comes out from Junja, but nobody's falling for it. Quick kill back, and Pain giving credit to them, finding the angle.
I think they just get this, which is, I'm a little bit surprised. It felt like PSG had control of this game, but now they've lost 3 grubs, they've lost first Drake, and they haven't extended their gold lead. So quietly, Pain has really jumped back into this game.
Yeah, very close. Still losing out a little bit on the laning phase, but Syndra's wave clear is so much safer than the Yone. So he doesn't have to just eat half of his health bar to delete a wave to try to avoid a dive, which just puts him in a much more comfortable position. Is now Aja gonna get kicked backwards. Q does manage to connect anyway. Aja spotted out there. That's invisibility, not doing anything against the Lee Sin. Good pick from Pain Gaming.
Wasn't allowed to be there.
Certainly wasn't. Downside is it's probably going to cost them the respawn of the scrubs, but they already picked up 3 earlier on. Trading 3 for 3, not going to feel too bad for them. Will concede a plate as Curry, maybe not the ideal person to hold a lane. Will cost them about half a wave there as Wajer does finally show up. Cheeton, excuse me, has to be careful about not stepping too far forward here, but Cleanse so high value against this bot lane duo means he's still relatively safe.
Wukong finishing up the grubs. Maple trying to get as much gold as possible in the side lane. Not as accelerated as he was in the last game. Once he gets his Storm Surge, though, he's still going to be a huge threat.
In the Gnar versus Vayne. Actually, it's a winning matchup. We were
Vayne
wrong.
has to scale, apparently.
Needs a bit more time as PSG have decent vision control, but with Gnar able to get first move and having Mega, this is a really tough fight to navigate. Just here, Betty and Woody are so low, and Betty doesn't have ulti. So a bit of a spectator objective there. Window shopping for that particular Drake, but Pain Gaming had more money, had more resources, so they're actually going to be the ones to walk into the store and buy it. Enough points in queue. Even Jin has to build items to supplement that wave clear. That said, PNG, only 3 people in the area. You've got Gnar waiting off the side. Look at Wajer's rage management, perfectly ready to go. If a fight does break out, we'll start to tick away, but not too far off Mega.
They go first.
Taking their time on Woody. They don't need to overcommit resources. Wajer now charging up the Mega. A good initial pick. Junja trying to buy a bit more space, buy a bit more time. Jungler already taken off the board. Junja still running, still living for an extra moment. But the knockback is there. Wajer just completely whiffing. Knockback whiffs again. Gnar missing everything. PSG outplaying it. Now Aja, this is the perfect circumstance. He just wants to chase these kills down. Maple is there as well. The dynamic duo, the solo lanes. A PSG trying to play cleanup as Betty returns to the mid lane. Pain is going to have a hell of a time running you down.
Thinking about a dive bot. That's a Mega Gnar, though.
Wajer.
They're going to kill the chart first.
Ulti back up. Gonna go in, go for the pushback into the wall, get a little bit of damage down, but no one is in the area. Meanwhile, his team already trying to take down other objectives. Wajer taken out of the equation, but it's tier 1 top. Traded in return. Mid lane, I believe, under pressure as well. So 2 towers taken down for 1. Pain Gaming in a decent spot. They want to continue to trade up. No one has taken the Herald. It's not the center of attention. Instead, so much more about pressure on these side lane objectives. And we're just getting a bit of a side lane race.
Are going to take 2 as well. I think they're just agreeing to give each other money. Which, if you could do this in real life, I think a lot of people would.
Guys, I've figured out economics. I've never read anything about it. I don't know anything about it. But what if we both give money?
We're just both going to accelerate the game. We have 2 core items.
They see Maple top. They know he has the TP in. They're hoping that they can just burn this down, that they can just get themselves into soul point. Wiser with the ultimate. He has to be better in this fight. Maple's already on the flank. Cheeton now going to be in trouble. The aerial completely whiffs. In terms of overall timing out, Cheeton is going to be in trouble. E1 connecting, E2 ready to go forward. Can't kick him back in time. The execution once again from PSG is just better.
Wow, that was so close. They almost missed the smite on the Drake. It went down to 13.
Can he get into the pit?
Stop it.
Doesn't have ulti. 5K getting lower. Jinkato closer and closer. 3K, they're going to try and burst it. The objective should just fall here. They're going to try to pick up a pick in the meantime, but I don't know if this fight favors them. PSG still ready to go. Round 2 not quite going to happen.
It's not as dire as it was in some of the previous games. I still think we're headed to a pretty interesting end to this game. I would slightly favor PSG from this point, but it's like they're out of mistakes.
Yeah. Cheeton has to watch that tower get taken down, but luckily has enough movement speed to get away from that Wukong. Betty continues to push in mid lane. Overall favors PSG, given that they already have a dominant position around this objective.
Still engaged with Leona, but they have no deep push here, so Maple doesn't actually have a strong flank that he can go through. And if you're PSG, you do not want this Drake taking damage. The closer it gets to a flip, the closer you get to losing the game.
Aja on the flank. If he goes in first, it'll be difficult. Now the ulti getting brought out. Junja getting lower and lower. Aja waiting off to the side. Visor hoping to find that good ulti angle. Curry now taken down. Karioka going back in. Woody lower and
Drake
lower.
is low.
2K on the objective. Can they find a way to finish this one off? Karioka knocked out of the fight. Betty stepping up. 1-2 shots trying to find the job. The Hextech Drake taken out and taken down by PSG. Wiser and Karioka trying to make it happen. But Maple in the clutch. 1 kill. 2 makes it look easy. 3 overall. The triple for that man in the mid lane. Talk about this team because he's that historic figure, right? He's the guy with the pedigree, but when he's the guy with the hands and the mechanics and the massive 7-0-1 scoreline too, you know PSG, a little bit easier for PSG, I think it's safe to say. 3.5 items getting closer and closer to 4. Their gold lead not insurmountable, but feeling pretty damn close. Still have to respect the potential of Soul, but otherwise, they're in perfect setup to close this one out.
They absolutely are. They haven't made that mistake yet. They have that one mistake still to spin.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get Maple, though.
Maple eating the wrong way. That's not what you want to do.
Dracos.
There goes the Zanyas. I cursed him. I cursed him. I'm sorry, PSG fans.
How could he die, he says.
How could he die? The answer is, yeah, that's how. He could E the wrong way.
But okay, now, so Aja's Vayne is taking this Drake. Do they try and defend this 4v5 because of the gold lead, or just delay long enough, 40 seconds for Maple to come back alive and teleport in? Because this Soul is up.
They have to take this. PSG have to be willing to concede this, and they have to try to fight through a team with Hextech Soul. Go for the 50-50 here. Do they win the split? Leeson off on the side. Junja in the midst of the pit. Aja just coming straight over the wall, knocking. Curry's gonna knock him out of the pit, but it's just about who can get the smite in the end. 4K getting lower. It's not low enough yet. Junja trying to focus on the kills. They want to kill the Wukong. They absolutely don't want to have to flip it if they know you. Junja's still alive, though. That's gonna be crucial. She's not getting in the midst of the pit. Junja about to die by the end of the kill. But the Baron's still alive. Trying to finally go down. PSG. They don't even need Maple. They're just stronger.
Tunnel vision on the Drake allows Aja's Vayne to just free hit throughout. Oh, Wukong just died to a turret.
5-head, Wukong just died to a tower. They're still gonna end the game. Death timer's been too long. Curry, there's gotta be no way he can hold this one. PSG, it starts with Maple getting picked, but they outplay. Tunnel vision from Pain, focus too much on the objective. Means that PSG will come out on top. Maybe not the cleanest game they were looking for.
Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below.